Cinderella woman.
Hey, everybody. This is your man, Jay Takashi, guys, and we're here to bring you guys another anime podcast. And it's me, Jericho, and my man Kiefer down there, aka Zeno.
What's up,
and
everybody?
we get that background music going, and we're going to get started, y'all. We got a lot of things to talk about today, and so just sit back, relax, and enjoy an entertaining show. That is the three amigos over here. Well, to make it better, guys, to make it sound cooler, the three Heron Kings. How about that? There you go.
Hey, I got no bitches.
Dude, you got other Grisaya girls, which is kind of unfair, but fuck it. Damn, because he actually has a pretty good hair. Actually, that mask is pretty good. I
got the Toho girls, so I win anyway.
Whoa, Toho?
Yep.
From what series? Toho the series? Like all those girls? Or are you talking about?
Yeah, like the hack and slash, beam dodge games and all that. The Toho girls.
You are not getting those, bro. Because I got two of those girls.
Those gatekeeping
here. Gatekeep his ass. He's not allowed to do that, dude. He said, "I'm taking the whole series." you are not made. My time's not made. Hell no.
I don't need her.
I actually have her right here though. Boy, guys.
My girl's the blonde who can make it
series.
You lose. Anything you do, you lose. Dude.
Well, actually, they're on par with JoJo characters, so you'd be surprised. I don't know if you knew that, Jericho, but they have fate manipulation, causality. Like, they can actually take on JoJo and DBZ, really. They got, like, dumbass, like, hacks. Fate manipulation, history manipulation. Like, when I saw history, that was dumb. All right, yeah. Now... Well, guys, as you know, guys, this is the anime podcast, so let's get right into it. So, Kyler, since you're the biggest fan of this, you get to start it off.
High School DxD finally gets an announcement after God knows how long. Turns out it's nothing more than just the side series to High School DxD, which is after the events of Season 4, but essentially it's a spin-off series that is getting English adaptation, like the English manga. So it's not getting its own anime yet, but it's getting its own, English version of the manga. So that's about
Western
it.
Release.
Yeah, Western release. So other than that, we are still getting cucked when it comes to Season 5 of High School DxD. But if this shit is getting a Western release, then I believe Season 5 might be in the works already and might not be coming out probably until next year. So hopefully we get some news early next year. But yeah, that's the big news on High School DxD.
And my thoughts on it is just like to me, it's like kind of like last minute information, and it's at the end news that obviously nobody wants to hear, and it's just like it's just one of those things where I feel like it's not completed, or even though they've had all this time to do it, because it just goes around the lines of an excuse. Jericho, your thoughts?
I expected this.
Because if they were actually doing like a legitimate anime announcement, they would have done it two ways. Because for one, if you look at the popularity of the series, they would have done this at some sort of event, right? Like a lot of the big studios do. So there would have been a huge event where they had multiple lineups, right, or different booths, whatever you want to call it, where they talk about like other adaptations or any potential sequels. That's what they would do, especially with how big the series is. The other thing is that they wouldn't, when it comes to something that is as popular as High School DxD. I know of their spinoff, even one of them is what is it, Slash Dog,
Team Slash Dog, which is Volley's team.
Team Slash.
Yeah, that one has its own manga adaptation, and honestly, after hearing this announcement, first thing that came to mind was I hope for the fans, the dedicated fans, that this is an anime adaptation. But the voice in the back of my mind that's just kept telling me it's not an anime. It's just telling them it's getting a Western release, or it's a brand new like sequel, or maybe a re-release of their previous novel, something like that, like resealization.
Like I would have been happy. I would have been happy if it was like season 1, 2, and 3 remade in the
Studio
animation,
Passions.
Yeah, of season 4. That would have been cool. But other than that, I'm not happy with this outcome because it's like we're on year, I believe, 6.5 now of no season 5 of DxD. But people like are using the argument, oh, the author or whatever was sick, and then COVID hit, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Because if that was the case, where did he get the time to make a sequel spin-off series of DxD then?
Yeah, because the thing about this is like I understand that like even me, I want sequels and shit, but it's not even up to the author really. He just needs to give them the green light, unless they actually like need him or he requests that he be on staff for production, because that's what what's his name? How did I forget his name? The Bleach author.
Yeah.
Tabata. Kubo. Yeah, like Kubo. He wants himself there. He wants to be there in the studio or at the studio, telling them, "Hey, these are the changes that need to be made. Hey, this is how it needs to be made." And don't cut corners, and don't be afraid to show off like more risque or gory images, because we're past that time where we had to be very careful with how we did violence or ecchi related things, right? And he's there to tell them.
Yeah, well, the author for DxD just keeps telling people, "Oh, keep buying the light novel, keep buying the mangas, keep buying this, keep buying that." And eventually season 5 will come. And now people are like, okay, but we've been at this for 6 years now. Where's season 5? You've had ample opportunity to start, like, to release something. Give us some news on season 5. But yet you go on and make this bullshit. Make it make sense.
Yeah, there might be a few contributing factors. That I know one thing for sure is that he's kind of bullshitting, because if it was to get a brand new adaptation, more people would buy the novels, because that's more popularization, that's more marketing, that's free marketing, quite literally, because he doesn't have to fund it. The studio or the production companies, they have to pay him for the rights to make the adaptation. So the whole thing where, yeah, if you keep buying the manga, we'll keep making the anime. No. The anime actually has to be successful in order for it to continue getting serialized. And that's how the manga ends up being successful. Yeah, that's why JJK out of nowhere suddenly became one of the most popular manga in the world. It's because of the anime.
Well, not only that, but it's literally the fact that like it's on Twitter. Like the author of DxD has a Twitter, and you go on Twitter, and all he keeps telling people is keep buying the light novel, keep showing your love for the series, and eventually it will come. Like season 5 will come. And then he made a letter or something saying that, oh, this is just the beginning. More of High School DxD will be coming in the foreseeable future. So he is essentially teasing that seasons 5, 6, and 7 are coming. but we don't.
But he didn't specify though, because for all we know, that he could just be meaning, yeah, I'm going to keep writing my books.
Yeah, and people already in the comments for the new announcement are like, we don't care. We want season 5. Why are you going to make a whole new story with a sequel series when you haven't even finished the main series yet? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so it's one reason that I can almost guarantee the reason why it hasn't been greenlit for another season is because the production company that owns the rights for the adaptation hasn't greenlit it. Or hasn't put.
But it's
forward.
not up to them to greenlight it. It's up to the author to tell them to greenlight it. They don't have control over the show.
No, they do. That's what. Why do you think? Because they'll ask the author. Obviously, like if they already have the rights, they're going to ask the author if they're able to push it forward, or the author will put drawback. Like for example, Hajime Isayama, when it came to Attack on Titan, he straight up told them to not make a season 2 after they finished the first season because he wanted to flesh out the story more. So that way, because he's a huge foreshadowing nut, so he wanted there to be more foreshadowing or things that they could foreshadow in the anime adaptation. That's why season 1 did so well, and then there's that 5-year blue ball hiatus until we got season 2, because Isayama said, "Yeah, don't hold off. I want this to be just right."
I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like at this point, if the author or whoever the fuck the studio is that has the rights to DxD ain't gonna do shit with the series, I feel like we, the fan base, should get something together and just fucking do it ourselves. Adapt, because in the light novel we're like eons ahead in the story. Like, if they're not gonna do it, we might as well do it ourselves, because like you're making side sequel story bullshit that no one asked for. We've been asking for a continuation to the main series, and you're not giving us what we want, so we'll just do it ourselves.
I think I know what happened here. Why this all happened. So
go for it.
The licensor was Funimation.
Oh, fucking course it was.
And they got bought out by Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and now Crunchyroll's dying, right? So
yeah, because they keep removing good features and basically saying "fuck you" to the audience. And yeah, guys,
that was another topic we were gonna have today. Was that Crunchyroll thing? But go ahead, continue, Jerk.
Yeah. So the other thing is like the amount of producers that High School DxD has. It would make sense why there's probably some pushback, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 producers that are funding or holding the funding for it, and they've got a big ass list, to say the least. And it wouldn't surprise me if maybe sometime next year.
But here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Crunchyroll is in a shitstorm right now. Crunchyroll is, as we speak, is dying. So they can't, honestly, they can't stop the fans from doing their own thing with the DxD brand. If people want to be like, we're gonna animate season 5 ourselves and have up and coming voice actors play these characters, Crunchyroll can't do shit to stop it.
Actually, they can. They're just going to use the copyright infringement shit. That's what.
Yeah, but then you could just laugh in their faces and be like, "We're in America. You can't stop us."
They can, because there's a lot of even abridged series that get their shit taken down because of that.
Yeah, but then
even fan animations get taken down. They'll get backlash, but it doesn't change the fact that they are going to use that to their advantage.
Like, for example, look what happened to Call of Duty the other day, right? They had the double XP tokens from what do you call it? From the previous transferred over by mistake, and then they took them away. And because of the community having a full-blown spurg out, they're like, "Yo, give us our shit back." Now Traeger's like, "Oh shit, we realized that we pissed off the fan base. We'll give you guys what you want."
But we're gonna give you an excuse that there was some sort of bug or something,
right? But it's still the fact that with enough,
you need to listen to the people that are putting the money in your pocket.
Exactly. So if people are telling you we want DxD season 5, make it happen, you make it happen.
Yeah, unless you're Mappa, then you'd like make the final season part 2, the last chapter, whatever. Then you milk it dry.
All right, that's what you're supposed to milk it.
It's still,
but in terms of like for the sake of entertainment and quality. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's just overall, I feel like the creator of DXD and the studio are fucking with the DXD fan base at this point, and I feel like no one's really going to care in the near future that DXD is a thing, because DXD hasn't gotten any true appreciation or any true, like if Bleach gets to come back and other fan favorite shows are getting more seasons, but DXD has still not gotten anything in like the last 6-7 years, there's a problem. So it's like we got to do something, man, because people's love for the show will die eventually if they don't actually do something about it. Like, for example, with Ruby, Volume 10 is being made by a completely new studio, and that's not coming until late next year.
Yep. As it should, though. But the thing is, they have, and we can get to Ruby here, but let me follow what Zeno was saying. The thing is, Ruby is a big fan base, and to build a fan base, a consistent fan base over the years, so the high school DxD has, in a sense. But that's because it's more westernized and Americanized. So it's like, so like you can clearly see like the fans on Twitter or any type of social media group, like literally, or like for the very Rooster Teeth, they serve merchandise to the series and things of that nature. People can buy it, so it has a very consistent fan base to the point where it's like, people petition like they really love the series, so they brought it back, which we thought we weren't gonna get, but it came back, and Vince took it over. But the thing is, later next year makes the most sense because it's gonna take them a while to get all this shit correct.
But my biggest fear too is that right now there's major censorship going on in the United States, where I don't know if you guys have heard, but they are literally telling Japan that they need to censor anime and manga before it's released in the West. So they are attacking it at the source. They're telling Japan, we won't allow you guys to export your shit here to the West if you don't censor it.
Yeah, and that's where
and also, Jericho, we're getting. Wait, Jericho. Let's say this. This is actually one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Thank you, Zeno /Kiefer for transitioning us to the next topic. This is something I wanted to talk about three, because we got to get to, because we got to talk about this. And Zeno, since you started off, you get to go first.
Yeah. So again, like what I just said, I'm just going to rehash it. The West the West, aka the United States, Canada doesn't really care, and the other Western nations don't really give a shit. It's more or less just America essentially has gone to Japan and told a lot of these Japanese companies, hey, yo, if you want to sell anime related products in our country, you need to censor it at the source. A lot of things that the anime community fight against, we don't like censorship. We fight against censorship because we're not for it. Right? And the United States government is like, well, we see it as this or that, and we won't allow it unless Japan censors it. Japan is just going to look at us and be like, we're not going to do business with the West anymore. So we might not even get anime anymore. We might not get anime, period. They might just take it away and be like, the West has no right to watch our shit. And if anime is removed from the West, we're screwed.
Yeah, we're done. I want to say something about that. America, if you get in my way of me or stop me from liking stop me from watching what the fuck I want to watch, I'm going to be your enemy. Because this is the only thing I get to do. Like, I'm in this right now, guys. And we're going hella extreme with this, but this might be a real thing. So.
Oh, trust me, we might not even make it to next year, because while you were away, me and Jericho were talking about that. Biden today made a massive fuck up and essentially told Ukraine, hey, yo, you can use our missiles to hit inside Russia. And now Russia is like, oh, word? We're going to get all of our nuclear forces on standby, and we might be going into nuclear war with Russia in the next 48 hours.
Oh, my God. Why the hell? I shouldn't even have a fucking okay to do some shit like that.
Because remember, when the Democrats lose, they throw a hissy fit, and this is their final gambit. If we can't have the White House, no one can. So we're just gonna start nuclear war.
Yeah, but
it shouldn't have means.
It's dumb. It's dumb. But all I know is that once Trump's in office, because he was so close with Shinzo, he's gonna like probably remove all of those regulations when it comes to anything involving like media or some form of content that they're sending over here. And the political atmosphere regarding anime is honestly so fucking stupid.
They're saying
it's retarded.
Their big argument is that if again. They're like the American government is acting like anti-anime stands on Twitter, where they're like, if you like anime, you're a pedophile. That's their argument. If you if you like anime, you're a pedophile. Like, or people who are like lolicons and stuff. Yeah, you're a pedophile. All this.
It's cool you brought that up because one of my friends, his ex-girlfriend's mom was a cop, and every time they did like they caught someone who had child porn, they just so happened to be conveniently anime fans. And
guys, be sure to jump around that term. That's only because they're very sensitive to that shit.
Sorry, I'll use CP cyberpunk.
CP, yeah.
Or pedophile or PDF file.
But anyways, like she mentioned how like they just so happen to all be anime fans, the ones that they did sting operations on, and I just looked at my friend. I'm like, my guy, I like women.
Right.
I like adult women.
Hot-ass women. Hot-ass adult women.
Yeah, but my argument is that the American government is rewording or reiterating that narrative where if you like anime, you are into children and stuff like that. So that's why they want to essentially either censor, like, massive censorship of anime, or just completely shut it down at the source. And you know how Japan is. They won't bend the knee. They won't allow the United States to dictate what they can and cannot do. They'll just turn around and be like, all right, if that's the case, we're not going to do business in the West anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing that irritates me.
Give everybody more incentive to. Yeah, I think that honestly, that would give more incentive, people to move to Japan and just like F you. If you're gonna stop me from there, then I'll just go over there and go.
So here, let's transition on back to Crunchyroll and how terrible a platform it's become, because that's one thing I'm like actually kind of passionate about. Because for one, I like to have my anime all in one place, right? What I don't like is whenever there's not something there and I have to go to another platform that's riddled with ads and I have to weasel my way through just so I can watch the series I want to watch, right?
That's why we use Brave Browser, boys.
Yeah, I have Brave Browser. That's exactly, yeah. So, but the thing that I'm trying to get to is Crunchyroll tries to put itself on a pedestal saying like, they're supporting the creators and all of that, and how, they are essentially the all-in-one platform. However, they are also the all-in-one platform that gives you as limited features as humanly possible. A perfect example, like, here's the thing, right? It has a severe lack of features. They remove any sense of community. They remove the comment section. They also remove the reviews. Yep. So now you can't. So now you just immediately eliminated community. All right. Now the next thing that pirating sites have that Crunchyroll should have implemented the moment they even had a form of an audience, right, is the watch together feature. Because instead of watch parties are probably one of the biggest aspects of anime, because watching anime with your friends, especially if it's an ongoing series that you're all hyped about, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey guys, let's hop in a Discord call and watch a new episode, right? They removed that feature because now whenever you try to screen share, it blocks the screen, so now you can't even do a share screen with your friends on Discord. That's where pirating websites come into play, because they don't block it. Matter of fact, they encourage it by having the watch together feature where you can start a quote unquote stream, send your friends a link, and you all watch it at the same time. That's something that Crunchyroll should have had, like where you can just share it and then you can hop into a party and watch the same thing all together, right? Because it's not like we can all just, all drive several hours and hop in one person's room and watch the episode and leave. No. And the other thing that I dislike about it is you now have to pay more in order for more than one person to watch Crunchyroll at the same time. And that's also really stupid.
Yeah, and then the other argument for that too is that the American government is also trying to crack down on pirating sites, just like how Nintendo, not Nintendo of America, but Nintendo Japan hit up America, and they're like, hey, there's a bunch of people that
they're emulating all our games that we refuse to sell.
Yeah, they're emulating all of our games, and we need you to crack down on them. And the American government's like, nah, chief, we're good.
Yeah, rest in peace, Yuzu, by the way.
No, Yuzu's still a thing. They're still around.
Yeah, it is.
No, but they're removed from all the stores. You have to go to a third party to install it.
Yeah, so it's like, even in Japan, they're on their own form of bullshit too, where it's like, how are people that are retro gamers that want to play old style games, how the hell are they supposed to play these games if you won't allow it? Oh, I don't know, pirate. Like, pirating is a good thing.
Oh, pirate's life for me. But, all right, so back on to Crunchyroll. So those were only two features.
Nice.
There were only a few features that I mentioned. There's more. So the other thing that pirating websites do better, they have this feature called the random button. So if you're not sure what you want to watch, like you don't feel like going through your list and you just feel quote unquote spontaneous, right? So it's like, I want to watch something random today. Just hit me with something random. So you go to their little random button, click on it. It brings you to an anime page. It lets you start watching. Crunchyroll could never, right? No, they could never. The next feature that I think is probably the most key feature, especially with a long-running series, a perfect example would be Bleach, right? Highlighting filler episodes. Whenever you're looking through their the list, right? Their listing, you can see episode, right? But what Crunchyroll doesn't do is tell you which episodes are filler and which ones aren't. While as pirating websites, whenever you're looking at all the listing of each episode, it highlights the filler episodes yellow, so you can either skip them or decide if you want to watch them or not. Another thing that pirating websites have, which honestly, I mean, technically Crunchyroll has it, but it's a really stupid way to go about it. It's new episode countdowns. They only did it one time. It was for Kaiju number 8, and for the new episode countdown, like a lot of these pirating websites, they have a release calendar, so that way you can actually like scroll down a little bit and see what's releasing throughout the week. Crunchyroll does have one, but you have to go to their website and it reverts to their old UI, and it's slow and cluttered. Matter of fact, I could show you guys right now if you guys want to see that. That is actually ridiculous. All right, let me pull it up. So let me hop on a Crunchyroll here.
But overall, it's just, I kind of feel like, I kind of feel that, the West is on its own form of bullshit, and Japan is on its own form of bullshit, where it's like they don't want gaming fans or anime fans to really have fun watching their shit, and it's kind of dumb. It's like, do you want our money or not?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sharing my screen now. You want to put my screen up, Jay? All right. So you have to go to the website for this, right? So you go to the website, you go to browse, then there's the release calendar. Watch, it's going to change the entire UI. Look at this horrendous piece of shit. So yes, we have a calendar, but look how cluttered this is.
Very.
Like, you're telling me that the average anime watcher wants to know when the new episode drops, they're just gonna hop in here and see what's going on? No, because if we go to a pirating site, right? Oh, let me do this. Look. And then whenever we go to top airing. Oh, actually, I need to click on home. I think that link's broken right now.
I'm on 9 Anime, and even sometimes 9 Anime kind of like jitters or lags for whatever reason.
This is just the homepage, right? They show the trending, they show any comments that are trending, and then they do top airing, popular. Like, look at this clean layout. And then if you scroll down far enough, you'll see this beautiful thing. This schedule is the way it should be done.
Is this what you're using to watch anime now? AnyWatch?
Yeah.
Link me it in Discord.
Yeah. So you see, like, it has a very nice clean layout telling me what comes out every day. So let's say I want to know Saturday. I'll click on Saturday. There we go. Nice and simple. I can click more. Shows me everything that's coming out. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know if there's dubs or anything because I just need to know when the episodes drop. That's it.
Also, here's another issue that some people might take issue with, right? There are some people in the West that like to watch anime in English dub because they can't understand Japanese subtitles, right? Or Japanese in general, right? And if Japan were to completely remove anime from the West, that would mean no more English dub anime. It would be only Japanese dub.
Yeah, and I'll tell you exactly why they might end up doing that. It's because of the fucking tourists. It's because they start trying to push their politics into the show. Aside from their poor performances whenever they're doing the voice acting, and then on top of all of that, the mistreatment of actual good voice actors.
Right.
So there's no incentive anymore to be in this industry. And the other thing is, I've noticed that there's a lot more abridged voice actors that do a much better job than the people that are actually in the industry, and that baffles me by a significant margin.
A lot of them I know. A lot of these voice actors that are in the English dub, I am friends with because I've worked with them in the past. Right? A lot of them now are VTubers, which I'm not friends with anymore because a lot of the shit they've said behind the scenes kind of put me off away from them. And remember when Trump almost got assassinated the first time, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them came out and were like, "Oh man, the shooter missed. The shooter shouldn't have missed." They were like Loki saying Trump should have been killed. Right?
Yeah, they were putting their politics under their VTuber personas, which is supposed to have some form of escapism.
Yep, and then they got fired from a lot of their jobs because the public was like, "This is disgusting and pathetic. Why would you say something like this?" And I'm in a lot of their Discord servers, and they were like, "Oh, they let me go or they fired me. Like, this is so unfair," right? And I'm like, "Yeah, because you brought politics into a job that has that you don't need to have politics. You should have just kept your mouth shut."
Yeah. And here, remember that watch together feature I talked about? So
they have it there?
Yeah, so you click on this, and then you just browse what you want to watch. Or better yet, even if you're not sure if you want to watch something current, let's go Bleach. Let's say I want to watch OG Bleach, right? So I'll go to Bleach, and then I'll click Watch Now. I'll click on this episode, right? I'll just click on this episode. And right here is a Watch Together button. So I'll just click on this, and then boom, it gives me a room name. So I'll say The Boys Bleach Night, right? And then I can choose if I want to sub or dub, give it a start time. I'll have it, let's say, let's plan this for tomorrow, right? And we'll go for, I don't care, 6 o'clock. Click OK. And I can make it private, create a room, and then it gives me a link to send to everyone. See? And I just send this, everyone hops in, there's a chat for everyone to see, and I'm essentially, since I'm the host, I can pause it, lower the volume, whatever. And they can also adjust it as need be. That's how cool this feature is. And then I can make some adjustments here, like if I want to go to a different episode as well.
It's not just the feature, it's the website as a whole. The website is just better in every way.
Do better, Crunchyroll. Learn from the people you're trying to shut down.
Hold on, Zeno. Jericho. Let me get my 2 cents in there. So obviously, from what Jericho was showing me, guys, it seemed like this site is more functional. as you caters to audience fans and like gives you more options, more features, and there's more. I haven't used it or anything, but it seems like to me, for the show, it seems to be a lot of positives in using it. And it's just like like for example, if I want to have a watch party, man, I rather like with you guys than whatever control. I would have to do that here because it's just it just allows for me to do it and create a room to where we got till we get in, we can just watch this shit. But the inconvenience that some apps or site or anime watching sites probably have is that they don't have features like that.
Oh, here's one of the best features, right? So after you create a profile, you can import and export your My Anime list. So, like, if I go to my profile, I can click on watch list, and then here's all the animes that I have like on My Anime list. Like it ported everything over. It even tracks them as I watch it. So, like my plan to watch, right? Like here are all the stuff I plan to watch, and cool. Now I remember what I wanted to watch. I'll just sort by recently added, right? So these are all the stuff I recently added to my plan to watch because it uses My Anime List API, so it knows all of this. Or it even shows the stuff I dropped, or the stuff I've completed if I want to watch it again, or stuff I have on hold so that way I can get back to it. It does all of that. I don't know why more websites don't have this feature. And then my continue watching, obviously it'll have this. Notifications, it tells me when episodes drop. Like, do better, Crunchyroll. I don't understand what's so difficult nowadays with platforms trying to give you something you can use with ease, and it also has all the features that modders literally exist for quality of life. Quality of life things are essential to living platforms. This is why people don't like Crunchyroll that much, is because they don't have all the basic features. This is why people stopped using VR chat for a period of time, because whenever they got rid of the mods, they also got rid of all the mods that were quality of life stuff. Again, essentials, quality of life.
You heard them, man.
Oh, I think he disconnected. Is he coming back?
He dropped off.
Yeah, Crunchyroll's after.
This is another thing. If you're running Crunchyroll on your computer as well, from what I've heard from people, it makes your actual computer very unstable. So you lag out of like other shit that you have open.
Yeah, you have to. It depends on your browser, because a lot of people are using like Chrome or Opera, and that eats away at your RAM, so it slows it down.
It eats that RAM, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I use Brave or Vivaldi. Those are my main two browsers that I use, because those don't eat away at my RAM.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never used Safari for I use StreamYard and shit like that, so I don't know how that would work on here, because guys, I have a Mac, particularly, so I know Safari doesn't eat a lot of. Yeah, but I wouldn't use it for streaming personally. I don't think it's strong enough. Number one.
You know, I use Vivaldi and Brave because those are actual platforms that take your privacy into account. They don't sell it.
But yet Opera GX was like hyping themselves up on Twitter and responding with the community and stuff, being like, "Oh, we're the best browser to have for like privacy reasons and blah blah blah."
Yeah, only for them to be owned by a company that works for the CCP.
True.
Yeah.
So they were selling information anyways.
That's
why I left immediately. As soon as I discovered that. But yeah, that I could go on forever. Like, those are just features. That's not even including the fact that like how out of touch they are. Their series glazing is annoying.
They had a VTuber too at one point. They
still do. It's just that she's not that popular because it's Crunchyroll.
Wait, I thought we were talking about Opera GX.
I'm talking about Crunchyroll right now. Yeah, Aura, she's still a thing. Yeah. Yeah, Crunchyroll does have a VTuber as well. Yeah, they tried to hop into that.
Yeah, but overall, again, I had friends who were like professional industry voice actors, and they essentially ruined their voice acting careers because of their political views, and then they wanted to act like they were the victim.
I mean, I think honestly, I think people should just stop grouping politics in with a whole bunch of different shit. They have a business involving busy involving it in other things that have no legitimacy or anything like that. Like for example, like keep it separate. Like for me, there's a reason why I don't talk about politics personally on my channel because it's just like what the fuck, like it's all over the goddamn place.
Why did you say that after I opened up some anime art, bro?
What?
You said it's all over the place as soon as I opened up some anime art on Express.
Oh, I jinxed you? I jinxed you?
It's fucking Bleach art, and as soon as I open it, you're just like, it's all over the place, and I'm like, what is that timing?
And
it's Bombetta too.
Oh, dude, show that to me. And by the way, guys, that was not planned. That was all now. I had no idea. I was like, he said, "Why the hell did you say that?"
All
right, but that's overall is just guys. People keep these are your political ideas, but don't involve anime in that nonsense because it's almost on some agenda woke bullshit, similar to what we got here in the freaking in the West, and it's some trash shit. Like I don't care to talk about that. Like separate that. Like my goal when I talk about anime is not to talk about politics or anything like that. Politics within that world. That's what if that's what the anime show is showcasing, but not of like my views and shit. Like there's no reason to be in there. Like take that shit out. Like nobody needs that. We're here to enjoy a story of something from creators internationally. And we don't need to bring in world politics into it at all. It takes away from the fun and enjoyment of the series. I do not want to talk about that shit with anybody. I mean, no offense, I don't want to talk politics with Jericho or freaking Zeno, man. I'd rather talk anime and shit like that. And if we want to talk about politics, we'll separate it from anime, of course.
Yeah, it just sucks whenever the tourists try to put their anime ideologies into it. And here's the thing, right? How is it that for years and years and years we've gone on with anime where I'm kind of crashing out right now, but how is it we've gone on for many years with like ecchi anime being, a category, right? Where they'll watch ecchi because they want to see the ecchi anime, right? And then nowadays it's like people are suddenly livid, wondering, oh, how could this be a thing? Oh, this is degrading women and stuff like that. And the first thing I thought of was,
first of all,
why? Like this is you don't have to watch this genre.
If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, like it makes life a lot easier.
A lot of reason why men watch ecchi anime is because we have a fantasy of having a harem. That's the whole reason we watch.
And also, probably the biggest contributing factor, it could just be me though. We like very attractive women.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, I could be mistaken. I'll probably have to check back with you. We like attractive women.
Jericho, you don't have to backtrack that. Let me follow up by saying this. We don't like fat hoes. That's simple. We don't like any of that other shit. Like I said, and guess what? There's two anime I think they brought out that try to do some overweight monster shit. I never watched the obese elf shit. Obese shit. Yeah, nobody likes that shit. Nobody likes that shit. So, for example, it doesn't humane or degrade women. And first of all, okay. First of all, let me go on a rant. I gotta get this shit out. I know my buddies are sleeping, but I gotta say this shit. First of all, to all you American motherfuckers, please shut the fuck up. Anime was not made for you specifically. The Japanese really made that for their people over there. We are lucky to even get what we have now to be able to watch it and see it. So contributions and shut the fuck up right there. It's not made for you. It was made for them. So that's one. Two, they make whatever the fuck they want to make. They are not obligated to do that for you fucking Neanderthals. That's number one. The ones who are insulting and who are bitching and wanting complaining. These people do not have to conform to your ideal of creatism or socialism or any of that shit. So please, shut the fuck up. That's 2. 3, I love the creators of Japan, the stuff that they're making. I love seinen. I love shoujo. I love freaking shonen. I love all those.
If it wasn't for Japan, we wouldn't have VTubers, because VTubers originated in Japan, and then it branched worldwide, and now it's a worldwide phenomenon, right? And it's the fact that, you know, everything good has come out of Japan. When has the West ever made anything that went worldwide and was popular?
It's not just that. Japan has inspired so much to happen. A good example would be the OG pop culture anime movies or series, like Akira, for example, inspired so much to happen. Dragon Ball inspired so much. Bleach inspired so much. Even like, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan said that his latest movie was inspired. A lot of the scenes had inspiration from derivatives that derives from anime, and that happens. You see that a lot in a lot of the source material we see today, and not to mention is just also the aesthetic of Japan that helps with a lot of the tone and theme. Like Bullet Train, for example. Bullet Train would not be as popular as it was if it didn't have if people didn't understand something. What?
I said like shows like Squid Game and things like those.
Yeah, if there wasn't a dedicated fan base at the minimum, there wouldn't have been an audience for it to appeal to. And that's the other thing, right? Whenever it comes to people complaining about ecchi or character design, stuff like that, it's really just boils down to, okay, who is the target demographic, right? And Twitter's just going to say the gooners, right? But no, if you want to talk about the gooning, right, go talk about some of the games like Azur Lane or Nike. You could do that, right? If you're talking about anime series, like something as simple as, I don't know, JJK, right? When it comes to the men, right? The men appeal to the women a ridiculous amount, to the point where now you're kind of seeing both sides of the spectrum, but it's still both sides have different appeals when it comes to specific character designs or even just like these elements that appeal to a certain demographic. It is very obvious and apparent that the way Mappa made the men in JJK, they did it in a way to appeal to women.
Right.
And then
only one character all the women fawned over, and that was Gojo Satoru.
No, Nanami.
No, it was Gojo. Are you insane?
Do you not remember when Nanami was beating the shit
out
of
yeah.
All the women's, their legs started quaking, needed to sit on towels, all because and because I was watching a reaction, right, where Nanami grabbed that guy's hair and pulled him up, and she immediately reverted back to the 20s, bro. Like I shit you not, that's exactly what happened.
I need you to stop with the fuck shit. You're scaring the hoes.
And then you have us, like, of course we like ecchi anime because we like attractive women.
Not only that, we have a fantasy of wanting a harem. That's the whole point of why you watch ecchi.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, like, if there's ecchi where there's no purpose aside from ecchi, it's gonna bore us, without a doubt. It's gonna bore us because there's a reason why High School DxD is good. Is because it has actual plot, has character depth, and it actually continues to push the plot forward. Ecchi is just an element that's added into the power system for the main character. That's fine. If it was just some dumb shit where it was just like, oh, okay, I'm just a gooner in high school that's going that looks at all these attractive women, right? Then it wouldn't be as popular as it is right now. Because there are a lot of ecchi series that have failed because, well, it only focused on the ecchi and there wasn't really much plot going for it.
There wasn't really much plot. So, for example, so what Jericho's talking about is a series like HXH Hybrid
Heart, yeah,
or Hybrid Heart, yeah. Oh yes, I'm sorry about that. Goddamn. Yeah, I haven't heard. So the Gakue, and we'll go by the Japanese title. But that whole series, there's ecchi in it, and I know I have a friend of mine, Emmanuel, I'll call him that for short. He likes his for the ecchi. He doesn't really care so much for the story. But me and Jericho care for the story, and the ecchi is very good in that series. And the thing is, it never got a continuation, so we never get further that story or plot. Is what it is. So it serves a purpose. As for like the characters, it serves a purpose for the characters getting more powerful, getting more closer to the boy getting closer to the girls. Something like that. It pretty much closens that friendship. And I'm not gonna get too deep analysis of it, but it makes the story more entertaining. It's more.
It also adds comedic element in some areas.
Yes,
like Prison School. Prison School is probably the perfect example for that.
Yeah,
or Shimoneta. Shimoneta, a boring world where the concentrated jokes that being an ecchi makes complete sense because in that world, lewd things are illegal. Like
and that's happening. That's happening in real life, though. It's starting to turn to that in real life.
Yeah, and then you have like for example, what was the series that like a good example of like it has ecchi, but it doesn't really have much going for it because that's kind of all that you kind of stay for at the end of the day. It would have to be what's one that I could use it as a good example where you kind of don't really stay for the story anymore. Come on, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is it? What was it called? It was
give me a hint. Like for example, Rent a Girlfriend is terrible, but it has ecchi, particularly like least.
Apparently, he's making another He's making another series for Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, we talked about that one. It's the like the family where every sibling was adopted.
And then it slowly turns into a harem, like real fast.
Yeah. But but here's my thing. He has one terrible series. How do we know he's not gonna fuck up this one? That's my thing. But Jericho, what series are you thinking of? Give me a hint. Like what happened?
I'm trying to remember the series name. Like
I might be able to remember. You'd be surprised.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Like it's gonna bother me if I don't remember the name. The hidden dungeon only I can enter.
Only I can enter. Okay, yeah. Okay, dude. That is a good story, good characters, good ecchi, good comedy, everything. There's nothing wrong with that series. That series is more wholesome than it is ecchi, to be honest.
The only thing that I didn't like about it was like obviously there's a plot, right? But the plot seems to be undermined by the main character interacting with all the girls. That's my thing about it. And I mean, I kept watching it because of that, but it still took away from me watching it, or not watching it, but me enjoying it more than I should have.
Well, hold on. Let me say something to that. I think it does take. Okay, it gets you to maybe like something to a little bit, but the thing is, because he's trying to free like his master, the quote unquote person that made him strong out of that dungeon that's still stuck in there.
Okay, I remember. I know. I have a better example. It's the "Do You Love Your Mom" and her 2-hit multi-target attacks. That one.
Okay, that one that people would. Yeah, I can understand why Americans.
Because the mom's in love with her own son or whatever.
No, the mom does like all the lewd stuff with her son. It's the reason why that one didn't like. I actually did drop that one. It's because at first I'm like, okay, cute mom. I like me a older lady, right? But as the story continues, they keep bringing in cliches. They force ecchi moments, and I'm just saying, like, what am I even watching this for anymore?
You know what they say.
Don't. You can't say that online. Wow.
But that's what it ended up boiling down to. Is just I'm sitting here like, okay, I don't even know what I'm watching this for anymore. Because I like all I like the characters designs and the fact that they all look attractive, but I don't understand why I would keep watching it anymore. Because now I'm just sitting here like I guess I'm just watching it to goon.
So Jericho's point is There's no substance to that shit.
Yeah.
And short. What he's saying overall. The thing is, those are kind of like the ones where like you kind of like shake your head and shrug your shoulders. Like those are not good, particularly. I mean, they have some good character designs, but there's only so much that can. If it is a plot or a story, and if it just runs the line of running on cliches and shit like that, which I don't care for cliches personally. Yeah, I get real tired of that shit real fast. But yeah, that's one series that's not really needed. If you're gonna use it, then make sure it's done quickly. Like like
a good example of like ecchi done right because it involves the plot is Keijo.
Yes, perfect. But the funny thing is about that's a whole sports anime.
Yeah,
design
anime, but it also has like a bunch of anime references, so that way it appeals to the readers more or the watchers more. Because like there's literally a scene where this girl has a special move called Gates of Booty Long, which is just Gates of Babylon reference for
it's Gilgamesh reference. Fate's Night. Yeah, it's a Fate reference. Yeah. Keijo. By the way, I don't give a damn. First of all, every dude would evolve. Every anime dude would evolve with you. That Keijo is fucking awesome. If you don't, then something's wrong with you. Then you're a fucking weeb or a noob. But the Keijo is one of the. First of all, I actually doubts when it came out. I had moved with my friend when I saw that. Because the 2 episodes were already out, and I decided he said, "Yo, let's get out," and I'm like, "All right, man." I watched the first episodes. First episode hooked me in. After I watched first episode, I'm like, yo, this shit is actually pretty good right now. 2, 3, like, okay, this is my shit. I'm enjoying this. These girls are fighting with their titties in their ass. And this shit is entertaining and it's ridiculous. It's like over the top ridiculous, but I love it, man. And I'm like, bro, and the fact that the manga got canceled, it pisses me off to this day. And that was like, oh, such a long ago. I would like another season 2.
Yeah, another good series with ecchi elements that doesn't take away from the plot is the Matose no Slave or Chain Soldier, which I got you on reading the manga. Yeah.
Oh,
because that
guys,
one, the reason why that one was a lot more appealing was aside from like the women being attractive, it's because of the main character and the rewards.
Like how even now it's lagging. Like I'm trying to watch something on 9 Anime and it just keeps freezing over and over and over again. I'm like, why?
Yep.
This is the manga that he's talking about, y'all. This shit is awesome. And not a waste of my time.
The reason why ecchi happens is because Kyoka, her ability is to give a reward after she transforms Yuki, right? Because from what she had explained before, the reward used to be she just had to feed them, right? But now that he's a man, the monsters. Whenever Yuki transforms, because he's a man.
It has to be sexual.
It's gonna have like some more carnal urges, right? So, but I mean,
are we talking about Chain Soldier?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
We're talking about the GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, the manga is worth reading and the anime is worth watching. And the thing is, we want more seasons of that.
Well, apparently Chain Soldier is getting a second season soon, so
it is, and it is being animated by Studio Passion, so it's gonna be so good.
Oh, good studios. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one I picked up.
Yeah, they're the ones that did the latest season of High School DxD. They're also the studio that did, they did Ishura. They did Isekai Labyrinth. They also did the remake of Spice and Wolf.
Honestly, season 4 of DxD has grown on me quite a lot. And going forward, I want seasons 5, 6, and 7, maybe even 8, to be in the to be done by the same studio, because Studio Passion's animation style grew on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also. The other thing that I really like about Studio Passion is, aside from them like being very, very good at implementing ecchi, they also aren't shy to have really clean animation where it counts. Like Ishura is a perfect example of that. They had some really clean fights in there. So I have faith that they'll do justice to Chain Soldier when it comes out.
Yeah, me too. I'm such a fan of like the characters, the fights, the freaking exploration of the world, the villains, who they have to battle. Like, oh, it's so freaking good. You have no idea how good this shit is. And by the way, guys, we're going to do a quick reaction, guys. So as you all well know there were a couple of streams ago that the reports were talking about Global Black being greenlit for an anime for next year of January 2025, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan of. And remember, this is on the par with the people who like Berserk a lot, how it starts off, the characters, the story. It is a seinen. And I jumped the ship to seinen so long ago. So let's see what it looks like. I am going to go to forget one. We're going to go to 2, and we're going to check out what the shit looks like.
僕がエルグナずいぶん時間がかかったしこんな姿になっちゃったけど帰ってきたよ今までよく帝国を守ってくれただけどここを通らせてほしいんだ
Okay. Woo! Okay, that's clean.
この日光私が成功させてあ
Oh,
げる
there's a tip.
ケインデルは化け物なんかじゃないケインデルシャーレンの狩猟家大座王女アド何クラトの命を奪った仇としてお前を殺せどれだけの力を手に入れていよ
Oh,
う
this looks
必
so good.
ずその欺瞞の代償
I don't know. I'm not interested, to be honest.
今日はいい月夜だ
Huh. And apparently the studio is I forgot State Light? Not Satellite, it's called State. They're doing the they're doing the work for the anime.
Yeah,
And
it's
the director
Staylight
is,
and then Staple Entertainment.
State
Honestly,
Light, that's what
I don't know. Honestly, this doesn't look like something I would watch, to be honest. It's something about it. I don't like it.
Well, it is medieval fantasy, is what it is, similar to Berserk. And it is dark fantasy a little bit too.
What is
It's
it even
dark fantasy.
about?
Jericho, you want to give a synopsis, or would you like me to do it?
Yeah, so the main character, essentially, he's someone who carries a black sword, which that's a power system thing. But essentially, he was betrayed by his comrades, and he's on a revenge spree.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing: he actually gets his revenge. That's not a spoiler. This is the Ocean Code where he. Gets his
Okay, so
out,
it's just another retelling of what was the other one that we talked about in the past? The one with the healer.
Berserk?
Redo a healer.
Yeah, because he goes after the 7 heroes, which was a part of his group that he was a part, which he was a part of that group.
Yeah, he was a part of. The difference is he was a part of that group. With redo of healer, they just picked him up and used him.
Yeah.
Or piece of shit to him. This dude was actually a decorated hero, and they just backstabbed that motherfucker. So he fairy, and it changes his body, and he becomes half like fairy elf, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah,
And
he was known as
the
the hero of the frontier for slaying the leaders of the Blackwing Army, blah blah blah, and he's also known as the hero killer for his actions against the 7 heroes because he got his revenge on them, and he's one
Black
of the
Mask.
main
That's what it's
heroes.
called.
I think he was one of the Lance of Betrayal, if I'm not mistaken, and essentially,
I know what you're talking about.
Essentially, he comes back after 20 years when he was betrayed. because he's
read
the only one
vengeance.
at the attack.
Yeah, remember his body was changing, and he was after he ate the elf, it took him a while for him, to use the body that he's in now. And also, not to spoil any, but he does get a power up from being under the moon. So
Okay, so I might give it a watch. Cool. I might give it a watch then, because before it just kind of looked like another generic anime.
Oh no.
Oh, it's not generic at all. No. I remember it came out like
if you were to read the manga, you would see like right away that it's not fucking around.
It's not like the first dude. He's literally piping a princess in the first fucking like chapter. And I don't think they'll show that personally, and I kind of hate if they. And guys, you know me, I like everything from what's in the freaking manga to be shown. I'm like censorship. People know me for that. Like I hate that shit with a passion. If it's in there, then show it. If somebody's head get blown off, then they get blown off. It's that simple. Like I need my Attack on Titan violence. You know me. I mean, shoot, freaking what's his name? Aaron's mom got her head bitten off in the first episode, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, first episode.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's in there, show that. So, I mean, that's one reason why I did like Attack on Titan, is because they were like, damn, this shit is hardcore like this. But yeah, Ubo Blood is there. It's one of my favorite seinens. I have a couple of books. I think what I'm gonna do is probably have a Kindle. Buy the physical copies. I'm gonna Kindle as well, because I'm not, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the series. And the main character Coinzel, he's so fucking badass. Oh, he's so fucking cool. He's a short king, and he's typing down women, hot ass, fine ass women, and beating motherfuckers who's taller than him. So no, he's one of my favorite thing characters. He just owns. So Timmy got 5'4" dudes out there, man. Play as Coinzel. Make sure you're in shape though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually surprised how good that looked. Actually, I think it's gonna look more gruesome when we get into like the fights that he's gonna have. I'm expecting a little bit more blood, a little bit, but yeah, I think the fact that they showed the scene where who gets stabbed, I'm like, okay, they're gonna take pages from the manga. I just hope they don't skip anything. I don't want anything skipped. Right. Like it should cover the first 3 volumes, I think. I'm expecting 12 episodes, but if they do 24, then cover the first shit. And then the first 8? Yeah. Something around there. I'm gonna say 6 to go smart with it. All right, Jared, did you hear about the co-ending and everything?
Yes, I did. And it's a shame because I didn't get to read the chapter. I didn't even get to catch up with them. I was letting it finish because I had like 10 chapters to read, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, I open X, first thing I get is spoilers. Cool, but glad to see it.
Oh, so somebody spoiled you?
Yeah, I opened X, and the first thing I get is just spoilers.
And what do you think overall since you got told that?
I'm gonna hold off until I read it in context because I'm not gonna take spoilers at face value unless I already had assumed it was gonna go in a certain direction. So I'm gonna wait until I actually read it myself, and it's the same thing with like JJK, right? I knew exactly what direction I was gonna go in. That's why whenever I saw spoilers, it didn't surprise me in the slightest. So it's different whenever it comes to like Oshiroko, because that one I was reading, I saw the leak or something saying, yeah, it's gonna finish really soon. I'm like, okay, I'll just hold off and wait for it to finish, and I'll finish it. So, and then I get spoiled, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read it myself, and I'll give my own judgment whenever I get back to it.
So, dude, yeah, that's all you can do, really. I think the last thing I wanted to talk about with you guys was okay, so can't speak to this, but you can. Please tell me you've seen Don to Die.
Again, I told you I was busy with Call of Duty, so no, I have. I've only seen
No,
like episode one or two.
no. Kaifer, I know you haven't seen it. I was asking Jericho.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you talked to me.
Yeah, of course.
Oh
I've
no,
seen it.
no. I brought you because I already asked you. That's why. And you told me no earlier. That's why.
Yeah, of course. I've seen it.
Jericho,
I saw that peak episode that brought me to tears.
yeah, dude. Okay. See, guys. Jericho has some man tears. I told you, man. The newest episode really hit, and I really feel for that apparition that died. Like, yeah, them motherfuckers gotta die, personally, in my opinion. But I just love how emotionally depth it was, how the concept and the very atmosphere of the whole episode was like just set once we got to that backstory of the quote unquote apparition that was trying to take over what's her name, like schoolgirl chick, and then she just it takes it to another level, like really takes it to peak writing when you're able to pull off peak emotion like that and really make you give a damn about the quote unquote creature that's actually passing away.
Mm-hmm.
So episode 7 is like a 10 out of 10 for me. As a whole, this whole series is crazy. It's like a combination of Fooly Cooly and Kill la Kill. That's what I get from it. That first episode was so crazy. Yo, I gotta ask, man, where the hell are the aliens again, man? We be getting nothing but ghosts and shit and apparitions.
There are more that show up later on.
Hey, man, don't have to wait too later on, bro. I haven't seen the alien since episode 1 and 2. You know that, right? No. I think it was episode 1 and 2, right? Yeah, episode 1 in general. And I'm like, bro, where the aliens at?
Well, they showed them in episode 1.
Dude, episode 1, and then we haven't seen any more after it. Like, where
there are more. There's going to be one that shows up. One in particular that will stick around.
In season 1?
Yeah, in season 1.
I hope.
Yeah, at least I think they'll get to her. They should.
Oh, okay. So getting the characters. Who's your favorite character? The nerd, right? That's Okurin. He's your favorite?
I like Okurin, but I like Momo.
Of course, we all.
Yeah, I do like Okurin because he's definitely develops as the series goes on, especially where it currently is in the manga. He's developed a lot.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, Laughing Boys. Glasses Boy gets more development. Y'all should all be happy. At least he ain't a bitch. That's a good thing. I like the fact that he barks back, though. He almost killed that one dude for talking bad about his girl. He was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, mom, like that kind of girl. What's wrong with you, motherfucker?" He was choking the shit out of him. I'm like, "Yo, finally." But yeah. But that's on Don and Don. It's an amazing series that's come out. It's probably the number 1 series right now. I said probably because it's in competition with Bleach right now, and Bleach,
Bleach and ReZero.
Tell me. Yeah. Like I said, please tell me y'all watched that Uryu versus Genji fight, man. That shit was so good this morning when I watched it. Oh, so good. Jericho, did you see it?
I have not. I'm waiting for a certain episode to come out. I can't. Well, wait. You've read it. You've read 1,000 Year Blood War, right?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, I'm waiting for God of Thunder, bro.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for that. That's why I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for that.
And yeah, because the thing is, he's making his changes to the freaking to the manga that I'm currently reading right now and everything. So I actually changed that people are talking about. Yeah. Guys, some important news just dropped.
What?
Assassination Classroom manga has been banned in school district USA.
What? Which one?
Yeah, in South Carolina. Yep.
Yeah,
Assassination Classroom.
and I'm in South Carolina too, by the way, which is crazy.
Why? Why was it banned?
Because there's some Karen mom complained there's knives and guns in there.
Yep, and this is why Japan hates the West.
Girls lingerie hopping on top of men in the books. What? Oh, that's what I'm about, bitch sensei.
Yeah, bitch sensei. I mean, that's her character.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And everyone rejects her on top of that. So, like, I don't understand what the discrepancy is.
The discrepancy is that the people in the West hate Japan. Like, normie people in the West hate Japan.
I call them tourists.
Yeah, that's what I call them too. I'm gonna say this before we head out. You're responsible for whatever your kid reads, but doesn't mean that it should get banned, particularly in USA in general. You can ban your kid from reading it until they're a certain age, and like I said, they even have age limits on those books. So is it me or you're not reading those fucking parental guides and shit like that? Even I know that. So that's more of a you fucking thing than it is their shit, because they actually put that on the back of the books. I've been to Books A Million. I've ordered books, and even this shit has an age limit on it. It says it right here, motherfucker, in for mature, you dumb fucks. Hold on, let me get my camera, y'all, so I can see that. Right here.
Honestly, like, I would be in a more talkative mood about anime right now, but knowing the current state of affairs in the world right now, that we might have to be sent to the front lines if shit pops off. I'm more worried about that than anime right now, but I do know that we will fight the good, like what Optimus Prime said, but when he died, before he dies in Optimus Prime, or not on Optimus Prime, in Transformers Prime, he says, "My fellow Autobots, keep fighting the noblest of fights. Even in my absence, you've all fought like a Prime. So as long as we keep fighting the noblest fights, we won't let censorship and corruption win. Not as long as we're still breathing and we're still standing, we still have power. Don't forget that."
All right. That being said, I think we brought everything to a close, y'all. Thanks for joining us this night, guys. We were on a lot quicker and got it done a lot shorter than we thought we would, but really appreciate your help and everything. Jericho and Zeno, do you have any closing statements?
Pray. That's all I could say. Just pray.
Pray. And you heard it. Pray. Those are our closing
Jesus
statements.
Is king. He will deliver.
I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh at nobody saying that, but
pray to the
it
God
was just
Emperor.
you threw that in there, man. That's not a very sarcastic and heartfelt. With that being said, y'all have a great night. This has been Jay Takashi, Jericho, and my man Kaifer Zeno. And hey man, listen. Hey man, just pray for the good times to come. But also, if you're a lover of anime and stuff like that, be sure to like, subscribe to this channel, aka to this freaking stream that we did just here. And hey, hope that we don't have to put in no extra work we need to, and we can still be free to do what the hell we want to do over here. And also to all y'all haters out there who complain ecchi anime or manga, please shut the hell up. That shit is for us, not for you. And I'm tired of all your bitching and moaning like a child. Now, with that being said, peace out. Have a great night.
Peace. Peace.